Here are the highlights. 250 class. This is SMX Playoff 2 from Texas Motor Speedway. Haiden Deegan came in with momentum, math on his side because he was the #1 seed coming in and won the first round. And then starts too. Gets out front early.
Yep, he left here with the same amount of momentum, except for he got better on the start. So Haiden Deegan did exactly what he needed to do. This was the first moto. Joe Shimoda actually got around him in the beginning part, but Haiden Deegan hits this triple, was able to get back on the inside of Joe, and pretty much he led every lap from the rest of there for the rest of the day. He was on not to be denied, Jay.
No doubt, but man, denied is Nate Thrasher.
Yeah, that was a huge crash. We see Ty Masterpool doing the same thing, but man, hate to see Nate go down like that.
Yeah, 2 weeks in a row that he has crashed out of action. Then RJ Hampshire gets put down by his old buddy, Jordan Smith.
Jordan Smith giving him the business. I don't think Jordan missed him. I don't think he missed the inside now that we got another look, but
he missed the Masterpool crash you were talking about.
He got lucky here, dude.
No, he got lucky, and for sure. I mean, all these guys, even Nate getting off the racetrack, but you know, Ty, get off the track.
Whatever. March Banks. Haiden Deegan, as you said, James, led every lap of this one, had that brief challenge from Shimoda, able to get away and win it pretty handily. We go to Moto 2. Not a great jump for Deegan on the #1, but he just muscles his way in front here.
Hey, if you didn't like what you saw the first moto, you definitely ain't gonna like what you see the second moto with Haiden Deegan. But impressive. He told us he was gonna go work on the starts. He's 2 for 2 today.
Yeah, 2 for 2. I mean, at this point, as Jordan Smith has the going down, and Pierce Brown, remember that name by the time they ended this race, but bummer for those guys. But yeah, Haiden Deegan, yeah, he's a whole different level. Tom Vial rode great all day long. This is Ty Masterpool up front. Well, not up front, but up near the front, goes down. Simple mistakes. And when you think about the 450 and Hunter going off of that same part of the track,
I mean, it looked like he hit a trip wire. You know what I mean? It's like, where'd that come from?
He hit a gator hole.
Now, Levi Kitchen was challenging Deegan the first 2 laps. Had little off-track excursion there. You also see RJ Hampshire lurking in third. Those are the early laps. Deegan able to get away. Now watch Hampshire under pressure from Vial.
Yeah, we saw guys kind of making a mistake all day long. RJ's back tire gets slides down in that hole, goes off as a different angle, hits the tough blocks, and man, he hit a hard hit. But great to see him get off. Got the best medical crew around, Dr. Bodner and all these guys. And then it was Tom Vial making his way up. Didn't get great starts today, but had great pace. He was able to get around Levi Kitchen for 2nd place, and he tried his best to catch Haiden.
James, and you brought up a great point earlier today in the first moto, I believe it was, that this style SMX track really would fit Tom Vial's riding style. Smaller straightaways and smaller sections.
He did ride well, but no challengers for Deegan again, who is 4-0. 4 motos, 4 moto wins in SMX in 2024. He won the title last year, but that was a nail-biter. He does have a bit of a cushion in points this year, but with triple points, he still needs to finish 3rd next week to lock up the title, no matter what anyone else does. And there is Vial and Shimoda on the podium.
Yeah, sometimes you're just born with it.
Yep.
That's what he said last week, right? Yeah, line choice. Born with it. Haiden Deegan out front again. Results, it is Vial over Shimoda. Kitchen ends up drifting back to 4th in that moto and then 4th overall. Julian Beaumer ends up 5th for the podium last week. Smith had a great comeback, 6th, and a great comeback for Brown, end up 7th. The points here. Yeah. So again, Deegan's going to need to finish 3rd, and then that doesn't matter what happens. Beyond that, if Vial wins and Deegan finishes 4th or worse, Vial can still do this.
Yeah, I'm not betting on the 450, but I probably bet on the 250.
Are you going to make a prediction for once?
Best chance?
Best chance.
Best chance.
Best chance, Haiden Deegan?
Yeah, not calling it, but he's got the best chance.
Yeah, like, well, with his math, when he adds in the math, I love this. It's simple. 1-1 equals 1 in my book, and 1, a lot of money on the line, but yeah, Haiden Deegan's on a different level right now.
Yeah, $500,000 will go to the 250 world champ, and Deegan collected Well over 100 for winning the race today. Let's send it back to Katie at the desk.
Yeah, we know Haiden bought a car after winning the Pro Motocross Championship. I'm curious what he might do when, JB, you said the pre-race show, you might get the pen out, start writing the check to him.
I got it.
What are you going to do with that next?
I think I'm ready to put Hayden's name on it. I'm not ready to sign it, but I'm ready to put his name on it.
Pretty close to it.
We got a little bit of a prediction out of RC.
I know.
We're coming around. But unbelievable performance right out from Haiden Deegan. Just all the way from Race Day Live earlier today. Qualifying fastest both sessions, just amazing.
It's like, what can you say? Like, what's left to say? Every single condition he comes out here, and what I think is cool when you watch Haiden, he has that really aggressive, super aggressive style, kind of a little bit high in the RPMs, but you go to a track like this that's super treacherous, really slick, potholes everywhere, just a weird track. And he comes, adapts, and gets it done, and is still the best guy. So he's shown that he's the best on all conditions, and it's up to these guys to close the gap.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious what he's going to do as like his takeaway. He always feels like there's something else he can do better. What is it going to be? Stu and RC were asking that in the show. What else can he say he could do better in one of these races? He got those double hole shots. He showed that he can get his start down. I want to talk a little bit about Tom Vial, JB. The guy showed up again today. How does that move the needle for someone like him, especially since his track fit his riding style? Can he take anything into next weekend?
Well, I think coming into the SMX races, into Playoff 1 in Charlotte, we are all talking about Tom Vial. He's a past MX2 world champion. He's a Supercross champion now. He's a contender anywhere in the world that he lines up. So why wouldn't he be one of the favorites coming into here? Okay round at Charlotte last week. I really think we've seen the real Tom Vial show up. I think late in that second moto, Adam, you and I were kind of talking about that. His intensity came up. It was like his belief just went, okay, I can go get Haiden now. So do we see that next week in Las Vegas? Potentially, but unfortunately that points deficit might be a little too much.
Yeah, and you know JB as well as I do. Little things like that, nobody's talking about it. Camera wasn't really on it, but little things like that you can build, and that can completely change the outcome of your entire season. So just, yeah, I felt Vial finished the race really well. Another guy I'm looking at, and somebody that's been kind of hanging around in the background this year, is Joe Shimoda. Coming into the year on the Honda, he was really the guy. He was the guy, and he was, you know, kind of, I guess, on schedule to win races, to challenge for championships. And we haven't seen that yet, but we have seen flashes. You know, he's just getting back on the bike after an injury, only a few days on the bike before Playoff 1, getting a little better, another podium here. I do think Vial and Joe both have what it takes to get up there. It's just doing it consistently, right?
A 2 and a 3 today for Joe. Here, fun fact about Joe, in 10 of the SMX motos that we've had over the course of the SMX World Championship, he has been in the top 5 in all 10. So that shows some consistency.
I've got a fun fact about Joe. He's a good buddy of mine. We trained together last summer. I've never seen somebody that sleeps as much as this man. Dude, he goes to sleep at 7 o'clock, and he will not wake up until his alarm goes
Give
off,
us
whenever
your
that
secrets.
is.
I can tell you. Yeah, with a baby that doesn't work, I'd love to learn how to do any and all that.
The recovery is next level for Joe.
It's a great skill.
Hi folks, Lee Diffie from NBC Sports here. If you truly enjoyed what you just watched, you can get more news, interviews, and highlights by subscribing to the Motorsports on NBC YouTube page. You can get it all, so go for it.